Hi guys, welcome to Psychic Astro. I'm so excited to be doing these videos moving forward. So these videos are going to be astrology based on channeled messages that I get from spirit. So please watch the videos based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, whatever resonates the best for you. Me personally, it's always been my rising sign. It's never been my sun, moon. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Maybe that'll help somebody out there. I've also noticed that for me, my rising sign and my natal chart, as well as my rising sign and my progress chart, also resonates with me. Sometimes more so my progress chart than my natal chart. So yeah, I hope that helps anybody out there. Maybe it's worth trying out. So basically what I'm going to be doing in these videos is I'm going to be channeling the transits of the month. I'm going to be going over the themes you guys can expect. I hope, you guys like these videos. I'm starting off, kind of this way with the paper and the pen because I'm new to this and I just need to figure out what works best for me through trial and error. I'm sure eventually I'm not going to be sticking to paper and pen, but this is what I feel comfortable with for right now. I also just want to put a disclaimer out there. As a psychic, as much as I love channeling messages from spirit, as much as I love channeling the cosmos, and although I trust my messages, I don't know, maybe it's my Virgo placement, maybe it's my Capricorn stellium. I want to tell you guys strongly that I believe you guys shouldn't just stick with psychic channeled messages only. You guys should definitely, watch or at least look into professional astrologers' predictions as well for monthly readings. At least that's just how I feel, and I do want to put that out there. To just be practical about these things and, not just strictly rely on psychic messages, okay? All right, with that being said, let's get to it. Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Virgos for the month of March. So what you're looking at right now is the energy you guys can expect to feel walking into the month of March. And then I'm going to update the transits as we go through this. And I'm going to give you guys my intake on what it is you guys may go through, experience, feel. And then I'm going to get to my channeled messages, okay? All right, so let's get to it. March 1st. You guys have the sun in Pisces in your 7th house, and it's sextiling Jupiter in your 9th house, okay? So you have the 7th house and the 9th house talking to each other in a positive way. The way I like to look at an aspect is energy that you do have to put into something. You have to do some type of work in order to get something you either personally want or you're striving for. But if you don't work towards this, then you're not going to get it. It's just an energy that's going to sit there. So basically a sextile is work that you need to do. You need to put into this, whether it's thinking, acting, in order to get something back from it, okay? And more than likely, you're going to get the results you were hoping for more times than not. So with Sun in Pisces in your 7th house, there's definitely focus and attention on relationships, people you guys are connected to, like in relationships, like romantically or just, maybe business partnerships, could be marriage for some of you. And it is doing work in the 9th house. This is interesting. So since it's Jupiter and the sun, these are I would say fire planets are loud energies. So with Jupiter and the sun, I feel like you guys are trying to expand upon something when it comes to your relationships. You guys are trying to learn something. You guys are trying to, I want to say, make something happen. Whether that's maybe, you guys could be feeling really confident about where you guys are at currently. If you guys are in a relationship or you're about to enter a relationship, I feel like with the sun and Jupiter, these are positive energies. These are happy energies. So if you guys see the bright side to things in your relationship, I would say that, hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Virgos for the month of March. What you guys are currently looking at is the energy you guys can expect to be feeling walking into the month of March. So we're going to go over this weekly. So I'll update the transits as we go along, and then I'll get to my channeled messages, okay? All right, guys, so March 1st, Sun in Pisces in your 7th house will be sextiling Jupiter in your 9th house. So to me, this tells me, so first off, sextile. Sextile is a positive energy that is going on between two planets. However, it's an energy that does require work on your end in order to more than likely manifest the results or whatever it is you guys want, okay? As long as you put energy into these planets during this transit, you're more than likely going to get whatever it is you're searching for, okay? So since the sun is in the 7th house, all right, and it's in Pisces, and it's talking to Jupiter in Taurus in your 9th house, it's a positive energy. It is a happy energy. It is a lucky energy, okay? When we think of the sun and we think of Jupiter, this is fire energy. The sun natally rules Leo, which is 5th house. This is happiness, joy, romance, creativity. And then with Jupiter, Jupiter is exactly where it belongs. It's home. This is higher knowledge, spirituality, what else do I want to say about this? I think of this planet as also like a sense of humor, okay? It's usually wherever this is in your chart, this is where your sense of humor usually lies. So I think since Jupiter and the sun are talking to each other nicely, there's something about putting work or energy into something lucky, positive, some type of blessing in a way, because the sun is shining a light with the 9th house, and whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. So it's almost as if like these two are both like glorifying each other, and both of these energies are super like big. So so let's say there's something going on in your relationship and you want to improve it somehow. Like this type of day would be the day. Again, a sextile, you guys have to put in the work, you guys have to put in the energy. If you don't do that, then it's just an energy that sits there. So it's like this would be the day to play the lottery, you know. I would say the lottery with a spouse or, you know, whatever your situation is when it comes to 7th house matters. Definitely a day to manifest, and like in regards to 7th, 9th house things for you guys specifically. And just an overall lucky, blessed type of day where positive things can happen for you. March 3rd, Venus in Aquarius in your 6th house is squaring Uranus in the 9th house. Okay. So 2 days later, there's something up in regards to either money, love, creative endeavors. I'm going to say it's probably, for some of you, it's going to be money because Venus in the 6th house. 6th house can be work, literally work, and Venus can be money, right? And when Venus squares Uranus, this to me talks about something suddenly, randomly happening in a negative way. It doesn't necessarily mean something awful. It's just like you get that unexpected bill that you know, isn't something that comes in monthly, okay? And then it's kind of like a shock to you. And let's just say you're already having difficulty with your money. With Venus in Aquarius, I think to some degree for the collective, there's probably been some type of shakiness for all of us. I mean, it depends how this transit is, meaning Venus and Aquarius. Like, it depends how it's talking to your guys' personal planets. So that may not resonate with you guys. But just in general, Venus and Aquarius, it has the potential to have trouble keeping its money, I would say, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, but so is Saturn. So, you know, Uranus, things can go left randomly out of nowhere. And then with Saturn, this is the energy of, you need to save your money, don't you? Did you create a budget? So anyway, Venus squaring Uranus. This can be an argument, some type of fight with a romantic partner because this is Venus. Or this could be for some of my artists out there having like some type of creative block. Not being able to, you know, like expand on this. I know it's not Jupiter, but Jupiter rules this house. It's like Uranus is getting involved. And with a square, like I've said before, it's tension and conflict. But the reason is because energy is built up in a room. And eventually when the door opens, instead of just the energy flowing this way like you wanted it to, it ends up coming out like this. And this creates the tension, the miscommunication, the arguments. That's why for like a lot of specific zodiac signs out there, it's recommended to go to the gym to get that energy out, physically get that energy out. So that way your energy doesn't come through like this with people. So this is the energy that Venus squaring Uranus creates. It's a champagne bottle. Wait, what was the example I heard one time? A champagne bottle being opened and then it just goes everywhere. Something like that. So yeah, and I feel like for you guys, it is probably connected to a relationship just because the original ruler of Aquarius is Saturn and it's in the 7th house, which speaks of relationships, partnerships. So this could have to do with wanting to expand on something, but maybe due to money, you can't. March 4th, Mercury in Pisces sextiling Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so you guys have Mercury in Pisces in your 7th house, and it's getting along with Uranus in your 9th house in Taurus. Sorry, excuse me. So I would say that with Mercury and Uranus talking together, this is, it's not 100%. But at the same time, it is. So I'm just going to say it. Instead of like manifesting something, because I'm going to talk energy for a second here. When I think of Mercury and Uranus talking to each other in a positive way, this is being able to make the unseen seen. Okay. The non-tangible, tangible. So I feel like that correlates with manifesting. So I think something, whether it's a sudden spark of inspiration within your relationship to do something, or because it's not a square, so it's not like it's not a conflict or a fight. I think it's something within your communication or your thoughts, and something. It's almost like the hope card the star card in tarot, where she's getting downloads from spirit, where the stars are dropping from the sky. I think of it like that because it's instead the stars are going into your mind. There's some type of inspiration, a eureka moment, but maybe it has to do with you because again, sextile, action, work. You guys are researching something, doing something, maybe even traveling. Honestly, with Mercury involved, especially talking to the 9th house, it could have to do with traveling. This could have to do with making travel plans. This could be understanding something you didn't understand before, but it's by, you know, let's say there was an argument, right, with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, husband, wife. And then you guys decide to talk it out and you hear the other side of the story, but you never thought of it the way that they're putting it. That could definitely be Uranus sextiling Mercury, because there's energy being put into this. Okay. March 9th, Mercury in Pisces in your 7th house is conjunct Neptune in Pisces. I like these two energies. There's a lot of people out there that don't like, I feel like just energy, people that just don't like Neptune, because Neptune can be tricky. I think it's it's like when you feel your gut talking to you and you believe that this is true, this is intuition, okay? You have that gut feeling, but is it really true? Is it really a fact? You don't really 100% know that. This is what Neptune can do. It's either intuition or illusions, okay? And it's talking to your mind, it's talking to your thoughts. However, it's talking to it nicely. These are two neighbors linking up because they're conjunct, so they're getting along. So I feel like you guys will be able to either articulate thoughts that are normally abstract, hard to put into words, and you guys will be able to do this. Or you guys may have really creative ideas during this time, because Neptune is definitely artistic. I mean, think of music, right? I mean, wow. I don't think it gets, well, I shouldn't say that, but I was going to say it's just very creative. Just really, like, think about it. Like, there was a time where there wasn't music. I mean, yeah, there were instruments and that was music, but anyway, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. So yeah, being able to talk about, I think about your daydreams as well. And again, this is happening in your 7th house. So I think you guys will be communicating about this with your partner. If you're not, or potential people or business people, your dreams you guys may have when it comes to the place of work, because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, okay? So for you guys in your chart, this is talking about your 1st house and your 10th house. So, and since Mercury is transiting in your 7th house, this means you guys are having a conversation, possibly with, let's say, a business partner, and it would have to do with work, your career, maybe like a vision you guys have, for this, you know, business you have, let's just say, and the direction you want to move it into. This could have to do with how it affects you guys personally, because the 1st house is all about the self. So I do think if it's not your career, then it's definitely talking about you guys in a relationship, and like the next level you want to take it, because you're having daydreams about this person, or the daydreams about the next level you want to take your current relationship. And what could possibly be going on in your mind is how you guys will appear, okay? That's what I think of with the 1st and the 10th house. I know 10th house is career, but it's also how you guys appear. This is why it's like a part of your legacy. It's how you appear to the public. Somehow this is definitely happening for some of you. It's in regards to career or romance. That same day on March 9th, Mars in Aquarius in your 6th house will be squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house. So again, there's a block, there's a holdup. Energy is not going to be coming out clearly, either on your end, other people's end. Regardless, you guys will be affected. It doesn't matter. Especially when it's in Mars. This is exactly this example I was telling you. Mars is all about action, willpower, movement, driven to do something, to win, to get something you guys want. And it's in your 6th house. So for you guys, it's talking about either driven when it comes to work, like literally work, and, you know, maybe trying to move up in the workplace, trying to make money, like more money. This is definitely talking also, because we have Venus here in the 6th house, relationships as well, along with Mars, because we have Venus and Mars. And since it's squaring Uranus, okay, I would say that this is definitely talking about arguments for sure. I would be cautious on this day, because I feel like with Mars, we said square, right? Yeah, squaring Uranus. Yeah, I feel like that can make you guys accident prone as well. So I would definitely, you know, be more careful. See, this is what I mean with set it and forget it with astrology. I don't think anybody should live or be like, you know, living off of the transits and all that. Trust me, like I've tested so many things out, and I'm sure I still have so many more things to test out. But I notice that there is a big point to be made with astrology, and I feel like it's the harder transits, or like the really positive ones, you guys should like make a reminder for, so you can really do something. The other things, it's like just set it and forget it, you know. So my point is saying all that, with a Mars squaring Uranus, I would definitely like set that date and remember that, to drive slower, talk slower, to avoid arguments, because sometimes that's where arguments happen, is because people are moving too fast and they're not in the moment. So yeah, let me see something. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and so is Saturn, and it's in your 6th house. And then you guys have the actual planet in the 9th house. Yeah, there's definitely some type of disruption, whether it's an argument or just moving too quickly and then something suddenly happening. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Let's see. Definitely moving too fast. I feel like that's what it does. And if it's not physically, then it's like it's energetically. You wanna move on something, and that can create the accident as well. Whether it's a mental accident, like in your mind. Anyway, so March 9th, and I say that joking with a mental accent, because Uranus is supposed to be that lightning bolt, right? Or the star. And the stars are coming down from the sky, hitting your head. But when it's a square, the energy never hits home. If it does, it's like it hits home in the wrong way, and the message wasn't communicated clearly. Therefore, it can create this friction, okay? All right. March 9th, same day, Sun in Pisces in your 7th house is sextiling Uranus and Taurus. Okay, so here we go again. Very similar energies, except different. This example I just gave you, picture the lightning bolt being able to not hit your head, but give you inspiration, intuition, clear messages from spirit, okay? Because Uranus is now talking to the sun, and the sun illuminates things, right? There is a light where the sun is, so you can see. And the sun and Uranus are talking to each other in a positive way. So I think this is something positive. Again, another positive day. I think it's being able to see something clearly when it comes to your relationship, I feel like. Whether it's an intuitive hit, a download, understanding something. And I feel like because it's a sextile, that means you guys have to put in work. So I would say that this is maybe reflecting on something that maybe occurs between you and another person. All right, March 9th, Mercury enters Aries in your 8th house. Okay, so, oof, and it's 8th. So what I would tell you guys about this energy in general with Mercury and Aries, I hardly see anything positive about this energy, like when I read up on it, but it can be very positive. It's just the downfall is acting too fast in regards to your thoughts, especially passionate thoughts. You just want to voice it out and get it out there so the energy leaves your body. Whether Mercury in Aries like understands that that's what's going on, that is what is going on. So I think with Mercury in Aries, what you guys are going to be feeling is very passionately. I think you guys are going to be very much connected to your intuition. I think also with Mercury in the 8th house in general, this is a detective energy looking into things. Since it's in Aries, I feel like this has to do with you guys. Something for you guys. And the ruler of Aries is Mars, and it's in your 6th house. So this could be improving your health. This could be changing up a regimen. This could be your thoughts on work, something like that, but it involves you guys is what I'm getting. So what I would suggest is you'll also be very intuitive with Mercury and Aries, because that's just an intuitive energy in general, especially more so as amplified with the 8th house. So I don't think you guys will be speaking too much on like whatever thoughts and downloads you guys get. However, if you do, I would recommend that you just speak slowly and think before you speak. And I know that applies for everyone. It doesn't matter the zodiac sign. Think before you speak. But you really are like cautioned with this one, because usually this energy gives you, I want to say, the green light, the go energy. You're always going to be feeling this. You feel the red light energy after you've already gotten the ticket from the camera, okay? Like it's hard to stop this energy, so you really have to be self-aware, okay? March 10th, the following day, new moon in Pisces in your 7th house, okay? So hold on, I want to see what's going on. And this is in 20 degrees, so this is 8th house energy, Scorpio energy to manifest. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so with the new moon being in Pisces, there's two rulers when it comes to Pisces. We have Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, and then it later becomes Neptune. So I think it's worth looking at in regards to what this could be about. We already know it's definitely going to be 7th house themed. But if we want to try to get it breakdown a little bit more, I feel like based off what's currently going on in your guys' chart, it has to do with, there's a big emphasis on 9th house energy here. Like the 9th house keeps connecting back to, for you guys with these specific transits. So I feel like with your beliefs, this is what's happening, like this friction that can't seem to get out clearly. I think there's some type of disruption with your thoughts, and then maybe this creates, or another person's thoughts, because again, 7th house, and maybe it creates these arguments because you guys have Scorpio in your 3rd house. 3rd house talks about learning, communication, knowledge, cousins, siblings, your neighbors. But I feel like with Mercury going into the 8th house, it's almost as if like maybe you guys feel shut down in some type of way, or like you can't express yourself, or it's not coming out clearly. Something is not, as of right now, like the beginning of March, I'm seeing it's like this on again, off again energy, hot, cold, hot, cold. And now Mercury's in your 8th, right? And Aries natally rules the 1st house, and Mercury rules Virgo. I do feel like your thoughts, and I'm going this far into what I'm talking about right now, is because 20 degrees is an 8th house energy. So I do think it's worth looking at your 8th house, what's going on here, because I think it's correlating. There's something about your guys' self here. because Mercury is the ruler of the first house, and it's in Aries as well, in your 8th house, the things that cannot be seen, your shadow, things that are being hidden. Maybe you guys are, like maybe your shadow is being brought to light because the sun being in the 7th house. Maybe you feel like somebody else's shadow is being brought to light, and there's something about either manifesting or like energetically trying to understand like something new when it comes to maybe information that you already have, like, and that it needs to change, because you have the 3rd and the 9th house axis, right? So Uranus, when it's in the 9th house in general, this talks about a disruption with learning, like wanting to put a twist on, not necessarily wanting, but there's a twist on how you learn. It's thinking objectively. It's thinking, you know, this would be looked at as maybe the rebellious one in the classroom who has 1,000 questions, and then instead of understanding something that's being taught to the class the way the professor or, you know, or teacher is teaching it, it's like the Uranus person would explain whatever it is they're all being taught in a different way, and it's still the same type of expression. It's still the same lesson that the teacher is teaching, but it's being expressed differently, okay? So I feel like there's something to that with, I want to say your mind. I want to say there's like a disruption in your thoughts and a change, and it could be a change in your habits. It could be a change in a philosophy you guys believed in. It could even be your beliefs for some of you. You guys are changing what it is you believed in. That is a huge one. God, I talk so much more naturally when I'm not even looking at what it is to talk about. I'm sorry. This is nice. So anyway, I think how you guys are going to be affected with this new moon, low key, honestly, yeah, it's in the 7th house, but I feel like the focus is going to be on you guys, and it could connect to the 7th house so you guys can do better in the relationship or make the relationship happen, right? Because it's a new moon. Something new is happening here for you guys. All right. What else do we have? March 10th, Mercury. Oh, that same day, Mercury in Aries is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so sextiling, again, energy, work, and it's Mercury and Pluto. You guys will, Pluto is the ruler of the 8th house, originally Mars, so both of these energies really, and they're both in Aquarius. You guys will definitely be in your own head, in your own thoughts about your shadow and what needs to change, what needs to transform, how it is you guys will appear. For some of you guys, yeah, it's definitely work related, how you guys appear to the world in regards to work, because 6th house is work, right? And we have Pluto here. So for a lot of you, this is changing work, okay? I keep saying the same fucking words. Anyway, and it's almost, I want to say, disturbing your peaceful thoughts or just thoughts that made you guys feel comfortable. Even if it's not career, then it's talking about a relationship, because Mercury and Pluto talking to each other, you guys are like being your own therapist, diving into your own mind. And when Mercury's in the 8th house, you're very much in touch with your shadow, but also other people's shadows, okay? So yeah, there's something to be said because you guys have Pluto in Aquarius. So there is some type of emphasis here about talking about the collective, other people other than yourself. So yeah. All right. This type of energy though, because Mercury will be in Aries and it's in the 8th house, you guys may get angry. I'm just thinking out loud. I think when Pluto is talking to another planet nicely, there's less possibility of that happening. But because it's talking to Aries, this may be a thing for you guys. Your communication style may come out like you're angry, hostile, because the sextile, again, is an energy that can just sit there if you don't work at it. So it's like you guys are being given a gift from the universe to change something that isn't working for you guys. It's either a mindset, an old belief, but you guys are definitely going to be connected with your shadow. March 11th, Venus enters Pisces. Okay, so Venus is leaving your guys' 6th house. It is entering your 7th house. Yep, definitely talking about a relationship, new relationship, manifesting this for some of you guys. So when Venus is in Pisces, this is exalted here, okay? Does well here. So I think for you guys will be attracting either men with strong Pisces placements or, you know, women with strong Pisces placements. Yeah. Okay, what is this? Oh, and then just in general, I would say that this is a really nice energy because I feel like no matter what type of energy you guys natally have in your chart, when Venus is in Pisces, it makes you more understanding. It makes you more of a humanitarian, I want to say, Aquarius-like, but in a like a free space where you could just be yourself and you're still accepted and you're loved. And this is just that type of energy where you do feel like you can be yourself and that you're truly cared for. It's a really nice energy. I think I dated someone with Venus and Pisces, actually. Anyway, okay, so March 17th, Sun in Pisces in your 7th house will be conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Again, I feel like Neptune gets, you know, listen, if Neptune were squaring something, then I'm like, oh no, please guys, put on some glasses so you can see clearly. This is not that. This is positive energy, a conjunction. This is two planets sitting next to each other. We're just going to say that. They're neighbors. They're getting along. This is the neighbor you like. This is the neighbor you want. Why? Because they don't make your life a living fucking hell. You know, they don't create problems. You guys are on the same page and it's just a good time, right? So when the Sun and Neptune are talking to each other nicely, you guys are able to really see things clearly in a place that normally is not clear. When I think of Neptune, I think of what is that effect, that effect during Halloween time? Is it the fog, the smoke? I don't know. It creates fog and smoke on the front lawn. Like, that's Neptune, okay? You can't see too clearly. And you got to drive with caution, right? When you're driving through that, when you're driving through the fog in general. So with the sun, again, it lights things up. You're able to see. So this is what's happening here. You're able to see through the clouds, the fog, when it comes to 7th house matters. This is also a very artistic, creative energy as well, because you guys are able to, like, you know, see things that you wouldn't normally, like, have thought of before when it comes to maybe creative ideas. Yeah, I'll just keep it there. So anyway, yeah, so I think this is definitely, again, seeing something clearly when it comes to maybe your daydreams about this person. Or it could be, if there were illusions about this person, then it's like you're able to see more clearly during this time. It's definitely an intuitive energy, I will say that. March 19th, Sun enters Aries. It's a spring equinox. Okay, so the Sun leaves your 7th house and it's entering your 8th house. Oh my. So the Sun is exalted in Aries. It's very positive. It's happy. It does well here, okay? But it's in the 8th house. So I mean, I personally like this energy because, again, it's taking on something very similar to what we just talked about. The sun is shining a light or turning the light on in a very dark room. 8th house is dark, okay? You can't see here unless you have like positive aspects, positive energy going on in your 8th house. Otherwise, that'll just, if you don't, it just creates paranoia and other negative things. So with the sun here, this is positive. You guys will definitely be in touch with your intuition, especially because Mercury's here. March 21st, Sun in Aries is sextile. Oh no, Pluto in Aquarius in your 6th house. Okay. So this is what I've said before in another video. Whatever Pluto touches will never be the same. It's very karmic because Pluto basically forces you to look yourself in the mirror, whether you want to or not. So picture yourself looking at yourself in the mirror. You don't like what you see and you begin walking away. Pluto then all of a sudden out of nowhere just walks in the room, grabs you, turns you around and forces you to look at yourself in the mirror. And there's no like breaking free from that. Yeah, so anyway, it just depends how it manifests. It could manifest differently depending on how Pluto is talking to the planet. So with a sextile, this is giving you guys the opportunity through introspection to see something that needs to change. It may be a little bit of an ego death, like whatever this is you're realizing that needs to change, whether it's about you guys or something in your relationship, then I would say, or something about caring possibly how you appear, that could definitely be a thing to, oh wait, my sun, moon, rising Virgos. Yes, I love Virgos. They're my favorite earth sign. Yeah, you guys, I love you guys so much if you're a Virgo. But however, yeah, this could definitely be manifesting this way, where you guys could be in touch with caring too much about how you guys appear, and something about this needs to transform into a better energy for yourself, because again, Aries energy in the 8th house, the self. So whatever Pluto touches, it will never be the same. So it's talking to the sun. You guys can definitely, like on a spiritual level, do better with this transit. Whatever needs work on, you guys will be able to see this, and you guys will be given the gift of the energy to actually do it, okay? There's a difference. When Pluto talks to the sun in a negative way, it's still forcing you to see yourself, but do you make the changes? Usually when we hit a certain age, we don't, right? We're either miserable with ourselves, right? Or we make the necessary changes that need to be changed. Well, some people have an easier time with it than others. And people can say, oh, quantum physics or your willpower, or don't blame astrology. Yeah, I think that's, all of that is true. All of it. But at the same time, the truth of the matter is, it is harder for some people because Pluto is a very powerful energy. And if it's not talking to the sun in a positive way, then it's not that you guys can't make the changes. It's just that it may take a lot longer, okay? So you guys are being given the gift of being able to make necessary changes. So Venus in, wait, where are we? Hold on. Okay, that same day, March 21st, Venus in Pisces in your 7th house will be conjunct Saturn in Pisces in your 7th house. I like this energy. I'm sure like I'm the only oddball who does. So when you think of Venus, this is beautiful energy, right? This, wherever she is, she makes us feel good, okay? Whether it's about money or beauty, artistic endeavors, or romance. These are all like the fun parts to life. And then Saturn, you know, Saturn is Saturn. This is the father that just is relentless and won't give up and just like wants to teach us the lessons we have to learn, but we don't want to learn. However, ultimately in the end, we actually do better by listening to the father, right? And obviously take that how it applies, how it resonates. It doesn't have to be literally. So with these two energies being neighbors and getting along, I think of structure, stability, routine, linking up with the beautiful Venus. So I think of longevity, tradition, something worthwhile, something worth investing into. So you guys may be investing into a partner at this time, or you and a partner may be investing into something that is Saturnian, like something like I just said, all those bullet points, okay? Some people don't like this energy because it takes away the fun. It takes away the fun where there can be a lot of fun and beauty. So let's say you guys are attracting, for my people who are single, let's say you guys are attracting a lot of people during this time with Venus in Pisces, nonetheless in the 7th house, and then Saturn comes through. Saturn's going to make you think like, okay, well, I'm in the 7th house. Don't you guys want a serious committed relationship? Is this person you're talking to worth this? Are they really going to give you what it is you want ultimately in the end? Like that's kind of like my personal intake as to why people may not like this energy. But to me, this talks about manifesting stability when it comes to love, relationships, something worthwhile, okay? It's not squaring one another. It's not creating friction. It's not talking about instability. It's not talking about something shaky. It's talking about something long-lasting, something stable, something worth it. So yeah. March 22nd, Mars enters Pisces. So Mars is leaving your 6th house. Oh, I see. I see the test. Okay. 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 So with Mars in the 7th house in general, I would say there could be friction, there could be arguments, there could be disagreements, fights. With Venus and Mars here in your 7th house, I think sex. I think definitely feeling some kind of way about someone, or, you know, just feeling more sexual than not towards another, okay? Whether you guys are in a relationship or not. If you're not in a relationship, then that's the karmic test, in my opinion, what I'm seeing right here. You guys may not like that, but this is how I see it. I think with Saturn being in the 7th house, there's this energy talking, emphasizing what does a relationship look like to you? What do you guys want? And it's talking about stability here. But can you really get stability? Like, more times than not, if you sleep with someone right away, I feel like because of our generation and the way it is, and honestly, it's not even our generation, man. Oh my God, it's like it's older people as well. It's everybody. Okay, that's just where we're at. And I mean, to some degree, it's kind of, I think a lot of people have always been that way. It just hasn't been really talked about. So I feel like the Saturnian test here for you guys, because again, and I'm not judging at all, but because it's in the 7th house, friendly reminder, house of commitment, and Saturn is here reminding you guys, well, how do you get this commitment? I think with these two being in this house, there's something about that energy here going on that you guys may be tempted, okay? And For those of you where maybe it's not sex, then I would say maybe be tempted to argue or win an argument or win at all costs with something of that nature. But if you guys are currently with somebody that is giving you this Saturn in the 7th house stability, that is literally worth it, then the lesson here would be to not fight about it, to use this energy constructively. So yeah, anyway. March 24th, Venus in Pisces in your 7th house is sextiling Jupiter in Taurus in your 9th house. So yeah, I would say these are positive energies. It is beautiful energy. It's talking to Jupiter in a nice way. I think also what this could be talking about is with Jupiter being in the 9th house, I think it can make you guys definitely, besides all the good stuff that naturally goes with this energy, very similar to sextiling the sun, where, you know, it's just loving energy. It's positive energy, okay? But with knowledge or a belief system, what do you guys believe in when it comes to love is what I want to say. Could be going on this day as well, because when I think of Jupiter, I also think of wisdom and knowledge, especially because it's in the 9th house. I'm not really seeing this too much, but this could be wanting to partner up with somebody, like business-wise. It could be, yeah. Just definitely a happy day in regards to feeling positive energy, loving energy. So the next day, March 25th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. Full moon, and I know it's in 5 degrees, and I want to talk about that. And the lunar eclipse. So when I think of a full moon, I think of this as more so illuminating something in our life. It's for you guys, it'll be specifically 2nd house things in Libra energy. And it correlates as well, in my opinion, to Leo energy, because 5 degrees is a Leo degree. So I'm gonna look at the 5th house here. So the full moon illuminates things that need to change, need to be worked on, need to leave our life sometimes in order for us to manifest better things, things that match our frequency or energy, things that would just make us happier, better, get us to where we want to go, okay? Preparing us for like the new moon. That's just what I think. I knew there was another word to this. There's south node eclipse, right? Whatever, it's fine. Anyway, so this energy relates back to the solar eclipse back on October 14th, 2023. So what do I think will be illuminated for you guys? Something about the things you guys value. It could definitely be your money, because Venus is the ruler of Libra, okay? It could be about illuminating shared resources with another, okay? So like I said, for some of you who are thinking or in a business partnership, maybe this is how it's manifesting. For those of you that are in a relationship, maybe this is how it's manifesting. For those of you that are thinking about dating or just beginning to talk to someone or are interested in someone, what's going to be illuminated is what do you guys value when it comes to relationships, okay? And again, since this is what I think, my personal belief. I've seen this unfold many times. If I go to the 5th house, okay, because it natally belongs to Leo, but you guys have this in your 12th house. This belongs to Capricorn. And there's something here about structure and stability within relationships. Saturn rules Capricorn. So Ceres is the asteroid that talks about healing. There's something very healing to you guys when it comes to things that are stable and reliable, practical, give you structure. I mean, that's probably how you guys feel in general, because you guys are either Virgos or Sun, Moon, Rising Virgos. Depends how this looks in your guys' chart. But yeah, at least this month, this is how it's playing out. I think there's going to be something illuminated when it comes to, I think, something maybe you guys once valued, because we have the South Node here. And again, it connects back to this theme, whatever was going on around this time frame. What do you guys value? Has that changed at all, or does it need to change? Because this is what this energy is definitely speaking of, and it's in a Libra house. So, and the ruler of Libra's Venus, and it's currently in your 7th house. And it's funny because the ruler of Leo is the sun, right? And it's a 5 degrees, a Leo degree, and we have this over here in the 8th house. So I feel like there's something internally. Again, you guys may not be vocal about this. You guys may be private about this, because Leo is the ruler. The sun is the ruler of Leo, and this is the 12th house. This is like the loner energy, introspection as well, trying to figure something out, maybe having difficulty. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that whatever it is you guys once valued, something about this will be illuminated in the sense that something needs to change. It's no longer of value. So the 8th house can connect to, it's funny because now I am seeing this other storyline that could be for some of you. With the 8th house, this can talk about other people's money and how it connects to you, like getting inheritance or getting money from, or being connected somehow, like sharing resources with a partner, a relationship. So something may need to change because of money, because of finances. All right. March 28th, Venus in Pisces in your 7th house is sextiling Uranus in your 9th house. I like this energy. This is nice. This is something positive. It's could be something like a eureka moment when it comes to love, something unexpected. So I think for some of you, sorry, I apologize. I think for some of you, there could be either a shakeup or a surprise in a positive way when it comes to a relationship. You guys could learn something new when it comes to a relationship, because I think of Uranus, intuition, downloads from spirits in the 9th house. There's something more elevating to it when it's in this house. Just my opinion. So, and putting energy into this, because it's a sextile, you have to in order for this to play out. I do think with Uranus, the type of energy this has in general, it talks about rebelling. It talks about being freedom oriented. Even though it's for the group, it's also in some weird way the individual who stands out, right? So I think there also may be something to this in regards to something changing in a positive way when it comes to your relationship, and it's for like the highest good. March 29th, Pallas Athena in Sagittarius in your guys' 4th house goes retrograde. Okay. So Pallas Athena is that strategy. So usually whatever your goal is, whatever your intention is during the month, Pallas Athena, if you look at whatever energy she's in, this is the energy that will help get you there, okay? So usually I look at Mercury to see, okay, well, where are your thoughts? Like, what is your mind like thinking about? And it's talking about 8th house matters, so it's things you guys probably aren't sharing too much. Now I want to look at the ruler of Sagittarius, and it's Jupiter, and it's in the 9th house. And we have Sagittarius in your guys' 4th house, the place of home. So I think no matter what the goal is, whatever you guys hope to have happen in the month of March, getting there may be slowed down. There may be some type of delay, possibly, just because it's going retrograde. It's not working to its full capacity to help you guys out, really, to help get you guys there. But what is there? I feel like it has to do with, again, expanding your mind on something. And I'm going to say that obviously it connects to another person. But ultimately, the energy is either, this is funny. Maybe some of you guys are moving, because Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius and it's in the 9th house. This can speak of moving, literally. More so when Jupiter's transiting in the 4th house. You know, obviously it could be other transits as well, but I almost wonder, and maybe due to money, it's like put on hold or something like that. Also, this energy speaks about being mutable, being open. So I think you guys may have difficulty with this because of these 8th house transits that you guys have going on. There's like a lot of deep thinking this month when it comes to you guys. And yes, it connects to another person, but I feel like you guys are thinking about how this affects you guys. Yeah, I think something's up here. I'm going to stick with what I said for some of you, because Pluto is changing things up when it comes to your everyday life. Like something is changing, whether it's your health regimen, because this can talk about how you guys stay healthy, how you guys keep up with your body, right? You guys could be working at this. This can talk about transforming the workplace, changing the workplace, changing how you guys appear at the workplace, because you guys have Vesta here in Gemini in the 10th house. And the ruler of, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. This talks about the 3rd house. So something like whatever's changing every day for you guys, it's affecting your 3rd house. So I think, yeah, for some of you, this can talk about moving. This can talk about maybe traveling, but I'm getting more so moving. It's so funny because I was going to say, besides it being very healing with Ceres being in Capricorn, to do Capricorn-like things, I think it would be very healing for you guys to do, to have fun in with fifth house energy, but in a Capricorn way. So making plans to hang out with friends and sticking with it, like not flaking out, making sure you still go out as planned, you know, sticking to the plan. Oh my God, I can't talk. With Ceres in the fifth house, it may be very healing. I would normally say acting childlike, like bringing that out. However, for you guys, with Capricorn being here, this tells me you guys are more of like the person who is making sure everyone else is following the rules when acting childlike. So therefore, it's like it's kind of taken away from you. So I'm going to stick with, you know, it would be healing for you guys to bring out your inner child because of something like deep psychology going on within yourself, being your therapist, being in touch with possibly somebody you're linked with or dating as well. And it seems to be overwhelming. Maybe it's taking away the fun. And it's like you guys need to get back into that energy. This is what I was thinking, right? And then March 31st, Vesta leaves Gemini, goes into Cancer, 11th house, your group of friends. So yeah, Vesta is that inner flame, that spiritual flame that just can't die. It is whatever you guys like, whatever lights your heart on fire, that's Vesta. Whatever you get passionate about, that's Vesta for you. And this is showing up in your 11th house. So this can be looked at as, because it's in Cancer, I would say nurturing your friends nurturing you. You guys being social on the internet, putting nurturing things out there, emotional things out there. Not saying Cancers are emotional, but this is the type of energy when it comes to Cancer and the internet that it does. It would be things that like melt your heart, you know, make you feel, being open on the internet. Yeah. So in the 11th house and the 5th house are on the same axis. So I would say this could be very healing for you guys. Doing group activities that feel like home to you, or are close to home. These things can be very therapeutic during this time. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that if you guys are feeling sad, depressed at all during the month of March, lean into Capricorn energy. Lean into this in 5th house ways, okay? So having fun with structure, being creative, but with structure, having pleasure, but with structure. I'm not really picking up on children, but yeah, that could be healing too for you guys, hanging out with, you know, children. I don't know what you guys do in your life, but yeah, or, you know, if you guys have children, then hanging out with your children. I'm trying to think before I get to my channel messages. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I want to tell you guys this. I forgot. So the full moon, okay, the lunar eclipse in Libra. So this, what did I look up for this one? The moon will appear full the night before and after its peak to the casual stargazer. March's full moon is also known as the worm moon, according to the old Farmer's Almanac. Can you believe that? That's so funny, because supposedly this refers to the emergence of earthworms. Yep, I think that's all I want to say for you guys. So something new will be manifesting. I think it'll be psychological, or you guys will be able to manifest something in regards to relationships. So it's either transforming your mind to to make a stable relationship better, or to make a stable relationship, to create one. There's definitely something of creating and transformation happening here. And then during the full moon, something will be illuminated in regards to what do you guys value, and do you guys still value this anymore, whatever this is? Because somehow this connects to the 7th house for you guys. All right, let's get to the channel messages. Okay, so the channel messages. So for the first week, what I got for you guys is, I feel like your energy will be balanced and grounded the first week, but then you see something you consider to be attractive, and that's when your energy changes. I see you guys will be doing research on someone you want access to. It then feels like you're in a library doing a research project and you seem stressed trying to get in. I feel like you guys may possibly be teasing someone in order to get attention. There is an energy, if not being sure how to communicate something. Wait, I'm sorry, that was my spell check. There is an energy of not being sure how to communicate something. So then the second week of March, I see you guys in bed with someone looking out a window, trying to clean something up. I see you guys going downstairs, and all of a sudden there's a bump in the stairs, like something is under the stairs and one of the steps lifts up slightly, and I see the number 8. So I think 8th house, and I'm seeing grass on top of the stairs, like artificial grass, not real grass. And then the scene changes and I'm seeing Pluto guarding a watchtower, which is guarding a tree of knowledge. And then Pluto turns into 7 of Swords. So to me, this is talking about maybe having a week of feeling like, the second week feeling like you're going a little bit backwards. I don't know if you're actually literally in bed with someone. I felt like it was more symbolic, which is usually how my visions are. They're usually symbolic and they're not always literal. So I feel like you guys are trying to possibly transform or do better mentally is what I'm getting here. But you guys may have some trouble doing this, is what I'm picking up on. Kylo, enough. The third week of March, I'm seeing you guys sleeping with someone who feels like a mannequin, who has no arms. They aren't doing anything. I'm getting but then I'm also getting sex. I'm getting kinky energy. I'm getting Mercury, doing research or magic, or maybe it's taboo. What is the word I want to use? Tantric sex or something like that. Maybe you guys are reading up on it, trying something new in bed. So maybe you guys are sleeping with somebody currently that where you guys feel like, you know, you're bored with them and nothing's happening. Either that, or maybe you guys just feel like your sex life is boring, or you guys are thinking about the things you guys want to do with somebody else, and you guys are looking into this. But also I feel like some of you, okay, hold on a second. But also I feel like some of you guys, so it's coming through as the Magician in reverse in tarot. So to me, what I was picking up on is that some of you may be doing research on, so it's going to sound a bit much, but I'm picking up on like spells, like magic spells for sex, or maybe what I'm picking up on is like energy to dominate another. Like there's something about domination with kinky energy. So maybe you guys are just really like your energy is very strong and you keep thinking of like the things you want to do. Or maybe this is literally what you're doing, but it's definitely coming through as the Magician in reverse. So there's something to be said about that. So yeah, because I'm also seeing this book and it's giving me this energy of spells, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. So if this does resonate with anyone out there, I would say definitely don't do that, because you can build bad karma for putting spells on people. It's one thing to put spells on yourself so you can only attract, you know, such and such type of people into your life or such and such type of energy. But if you do like, if you put spells on people, things like that, that creates bad karma, because then you're taking away people's free will. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but I mean, I guess it wouldn't sound crazy to people who believe in this stuff, right? But it does. It's really a thing. So anyway, so you want to allow people to have free will, because then it does not impose your will onto other people. You see the difference? So you just want to be careful if that does apply to anybody out there. So anyway, fourth week, the last week, I see your chest and it opens up and there's a lot of buildings. So I'm picking up on Capricorn energy. You want to build on something with this. So I see you guys going up a mountain and there's a lot of fog, and I'm picking up on Capricorn energy, the goat who climbs the mountain and succeeds at some point. But I'm also picking up on Mars in Pisces, like there's this voyage ahead of you and you're unsure about where it leads, but you feel like it's successful and worth building on, because then I see the Mars glyph and I see more fog and the scene changes to you guys crossing a bridge. So yeah, I feel like the last week of March, something positive happens in regards to you guys being more open, or at least feeling like you guys can be more open. Like the beginning stages of this, like you feel something intuitively is positive here, and you can begin taking action in some type of way. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys.